welcome back to Geeked Up. My name is Craig. If you could please do me a favor, if you can just subscribe and like the video and maybe even share it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. And you know, this off the top, this off the dome. And I was just thinking, like, not only am I a big fan of like Marvel and DC, but there's other stuff that I like also, such as sci-fi films. I really do enjoy sci-fi movies a lot. And I was just thinking, like, it was a lot of movies back then that I would love to see remade. And a couple of them come into mind. So, you know, before I jump into it, you know, just take a moment and think, what movie you want to see remade that they should redo, and nowadays with the technology and the special effects. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with, I believe it came out in 1984 or 85, and it's called Enemy Mine. Enemy Mine starred Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. And that movie was just an awesome movie. And I'll be like, man, what made them think of this concept? Basically, it was just Earth fighting against another reptilian-like race. They both got stranded on the planet together, and they needed each other to survive. And what ended up happening was they became friends. They became cool with each other. But the reptilian dude ended up dying. But right before he died, you know, his race was able to have kids or have a baby on its own. And so basically, Dennis Quaid character went ahead and he raised the little boy like as his own. And I remember how good it was. And what ended up happening was, the boy that he was raised ended up getting kidnapped, and he had to go head hunting. You know, he went back on something like, hey, yo, I gotta get my child back. And so I remember just watching that movie, and I think that movie will work in today's age. You see what I'm saying? Because it seemed like it had a lot of deeper meanings also to it. And so I think, you know, in today's climate, stuff like that would actually be a good movie to watch. So it's called Enemy Mine with Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. I can't remember what year it came out, but you know, just a very good movie. Another movie that I want to touch on is, and you know, it's actually from the comic books. It had its own comic book from back in the day, and that's the movie Flash Gordon. Y'all remember Flash Gordon? And it had that awesome theme song by Queen. I just remember, and that was way before my you know what? I don't even know what year that came out, but I'm gonna tell you something. If they was to redo that movie now, with the special effects and the stuff they got going on, that would be one heck of a movie. Redo Flash Gordon. And I remember a particular scene in that movie. It was the people with the wings. They reminded me of Thanagarians, you know, like Hawkman and Hawkgirl people. And I remember they was in the sky, and they was mounted up. They was ready, and they was ready to go to war. And I remember them just playing that theme song from Queen, and you hear, you know, Freddie Mercury, you know, just, you know, the music, and it was kind of, you know, hyped up and stuff like that. So I really believe they should redo the movie Flash Gordon. That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one to see. And, you know, they had it to where I believe he played for the New York Jets. He was a football player, and he ended up like saving the earth. Something ended up happening to where he got on the spaceship and he investigated what was going on. Him and this guy, it was a doctor or something like that built the spaceship. But you know, you just got to go back and check that out. So you know what movies do y'all think that they need to remake? So far I named off Enemy Mine, and I named off Flash Gordon. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna name another movie. And did this movie come out in the 90s? And it had Roddy Piper, he was a wrestler. And it had the black dude in it, his name was Keith David. And Keith David also do a lot of cartoon voices. He did the voice for Gargoyles and a lot of animated stuff. But anyway, it's called They Live, I believe. Yeah, They Live. And basically, Roddy Piper, he found a pair of like sunglasses. They was like some Mokes or something, like some blue blockers or something like that. And when he put it on, he can see different people who was really aliens in disguise. You see what I'm saying? But when he take them off, everything go back to normal. So like, let's just say he put on the glasses and he look at a crowd of people. Majority of them would be aliens, and they looked all creepy. I remember they always looked real creepy to me. I was like, what made them think of this? You know, it was an awesome concept, but man, it was kind of real creepy how they looked. But their character design was like cold-blooded. You know, I like how they did that. And so, like I said, it's called They Live. And not only did he see the aliens, but he used to see like propaganda also. So he'll look at a billboard and it would say something like, "Our time is coming soon." Or he'll look at a magazine and it'll be like, "We will soon take over." But when he take off the glasses, it'd be like a regular billboard. Or then when he look at the magazine, it just be regular magazine articles. And I remember when he just went like crazy in that movie, and he mounted up with some a shotgun. He went into a bank and just clicked on everybody and got to killing them. And they probably thought he was crazy. And then he had to get his guy involved, the black dude. And the black dude thought he was going crazy until the black dude put on the glasses and started seeing what he seen, you know? So I guess he was like, if you see something, say something. So he just saying what he seen. Also, I think that would be a real good movie for them to redo. They can easily redo that one right now, and that would be a cold-blooded movie. Yeah, that'd be some heat right there. So like I said, it's called They Live with Roddy Piper. When he was a wrestler, I think he was Roddy Piper. Yeah, but just that movie just had a lot of depth to it, and it was a good original concept, I believe. So I wonder whoever thought of that, they come up with a very good idea. You see what I'm saying? Movies back then was very creative, you know, and they had to, you know, it's crazy what the human mind can conceive and come up with. You know what I'm saying? Stuff just be so good, and they come up with concepts that they make into movies. It's just like, where's that same creativeness today? Excuse me. Where's that same creativeness today? So I would believe that would be good. It's called They Live. Definitely need to remake that one. That'll probably be at the top of my list, to be quite honest. That and Enemy Mine. And I'm gonna just throw another one out here. Now, it's been years since I've seen this one, and I might mess up on it, but do y'all remember the Never-Ending Story? The story of Atreyu? And if I recall, like I said, it's been years, and as I recall, it was a boy that would read the book. And when he read the book, it's like he can see what's really going on, and like what he was reading actually happening. It was probably like another dimension or another planet or something like that. You just gotta watch it. But I just remember when Atreyu used to ride a dragon. It was like a hairy dragon, and I think he called it a luck dragon. But you know, that really just stuck out with me. And with all the fantasy stuff that they got coming out and, you know, that they came out with, I believe they'll do a very good job at remaking the Never Ending Story. I believe they made a couple of sequels to that. I think it was part 1, 2, and 3. But like I said, it's been years since I seen something like that. Years. And so I would say those would probably be my top 4 movies at the moment that I believe they should remake. They Live, Never Ending Story, and you know, just the other ones. I believe those would be real good. Just go ahead and remake them. You know, I believe they can definitely do that. So, like I said, whatever you think they should remake, let me know. You know, do you think the movies that I named, do you think they should be remade? Do you think they should not be remade? Do you think they would butcher them? You know, let me see. Well, let me know what you think. You know, just let me know. All right then, y'all.